so much for joining us. It's been another busy week with the world's attention still focused on Ukraine. The place you now think about so much, you know exactly where it is. News from Ukraine has been grim this week, with Russian forces reportedly firing at evacuees trying to flee and airstrikes hitting a maternity hospital. And things may be poised to get even worse now, as Russia is now falsely claiming biological weapons are being developed in Ukraine, which, as Ukraine's president points out, often means one thing.
Allegedly, we are preparing a chemical attack. This makes me really worried, because we've been repeatedly convinced. If you want to know Russia's plans, look at what Russia accuses others of.
Yeah, if you want to know Russia's plans, look at what it's accusing others of. That is pretty good advice there, along with when people tell you who they are, believe them, and if a man looks like a porn parody of a Bond villain, maybe assume everything he says is horseshit. Now, we're taping this on Saturday, and this situation is moving so fast, who knows what will have happened by the time that you see this. So we're actually going to turn our focus tonight to the US, where it has been a bleak few weeks for the LGBTQ community. In addition to Greg Abbott's recent order in Texas targeting the parents of transgender kids, hostile bills were introduced across 33 states last year, and that number is continuing to grow. This week, the focus fell on Florida, where Ron DeSantis, the twin Kyle Chandler should have eaten in the womb, has been pushing a parental rights in education bill, popularly known as Don't Say Gay, a framing, though, he takes exception to.
What critics call the Don't Say Gay bill is on the Senate floor.
Does it say that in the bill?
I know that you support...
Does it say that in the bill?
I'm
asking you to tell me what's in the bill, because you are pushing false narratives. It doesn't matter what critics say.
Hold on. It says it bans classroom instruction on sexual identity and gender orientation.
For who? For grades pre-K through 3. And we're going to make sure that parents are able to send their kid to kindergarten without having some of this stuff injected into their school curriculum.
Wow. I'm just going to say it, that may be the angriest anyone has ever been at a strawberry festival. But since he is claiming false narratives there, let's talk about what this bill would actually do, because its supporters claim it only bans instruction, not discussion, of sexual orientation and gender identity. But that still leaves teachers wondering where to draw the line and how they're supposed to handle questions about same-sex parents or drawing a family tree or even basic facts about their own lives, as this kindergarten teacher explains.
Corey says teachers at his school are encouraged to display their families, as he does of his partner Jeremiah.
Am I going to be allowed to tell them, this is my partner? Well, what if they ask me, what does that mean? Am I going to be allowed to have that discussion with them?
Right, that's gonna be an issue because kids ask questions all the fucking time. Like, where do babies come from? And what happens when we die? And why can't anyone else see the old lady in the window? They just won't stop. There's nobody there. Also, it is not actually just K through 3. The bill also limits any instruction on these issues for grades 4 and above to what is age or developmentally appropriate without defining what that actually means. And the worry is the teacher will feel that they have to steer clear of those topics altogether, especially as the bill allows parents to sue if they think their children have received inappropriate lessons. And while you will hear idiots saying that this bill is to prevent kindergartners getting taught about sex, with Ron DeSantis' campaign even arguing that it'll stop R-rated lessons about sexuality, the wording is much broader than that. And when one state senator did try to narrow it and amend the bill to pertain only to discussion about human sexuality or sexual activity, adding, if the intent is not to marginalise anyone, let's make sure we aren't, Dennis Baxley, the bill's sponsor, rejected that amendment, saying it would significantly gut the legislation. So it's pretty clear what he thinks the guts of this legislation are. It's not about sex at all. It's about denying the existence of gay people.